and welcome back to another week of Children's Church. How are you doing today? I hope you've had a good week and that you're ready to learn today what we are going to talk about in Children's Church. It's been some nice weather that we've been having over the last couple of days. I mean, it's getting back to being colder now, but we did enjoy some nice warm weather earlier and it's still beautiful out. So I encourage you guys to get out and enjoy the great outdoors. So today we are going to be talking some more about service. Last week, Sister Samantha and Sophia gave us a good introduction to what service is, what it looks like, and what it means. And this week we're going to keep talking about service. We're going to focus a lot more on what it looks like to serve. And with today's lesson, I have a special helper. So we're going to see a bit of that later. And I do hope that you guys learn from his example. But first, let's worship. So last week we learned about service with Sister Samantha. She gave us a scripture that helps us understand what service means. It comes from Matthew 20, verse 28, and it says, "For the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." So we even have Jesus as a model of service. Even Jesus came to serve others. Do you remember what the definition of service was from last week? Sister Samantha gave us a few definitions, but we're going to focus on just two of those definitions. One of them is to work for others. Another definition is to be useful. We have Jesus as our example of how to serve others and how to love others through serving. So let's give it a try today. Let's see what we could do to be useful and to work for others and to do it lovingly. Let's go try it out.
This is Malachi. He goes to Shiloh Holiness Church, where he is a part of Children's Church. This week, he is learning about service. In today's Children's Church, Malachi will show us some examples of how we can serve. In this first example, Malachi is putting away the dishes. What can you do around your house to serve your family? You can serve others by paying them a special visit or getting them something special. Today, Malachi is paying a special visit to some people from his church that he hasn't seen in a long time. They have been on our minds, and we want them to know we care. Jesus taught us how to serve by doing things for other people. Today, Malachi is serving others by holding the door open for them as they walk in or out of the store. Sometimes people just want to know you care. Lots of people thanked Malachi for holding the door open for them. If your family has a car, one way you can serve is by helping to clean the car. Serving is one way of showing gratitude and saying how much you are thankful. We can show our parents that we are thankful to them for taking us around in the car by helping them care for it and keeping it clean. Everything we do at church is about service, whether we play an instrument or sing, preach, or greet the people. Everything is in service to God and to others. Malachi is learning how to operate the screens during services. He is helping out with the audio visuals at church.
Serving must come from our love for God and our desire to be more like Jesus. So let's look at that key verse again from Matthew 20, verse 28. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Let's break it down and look at what it really means. First, who is the Son of Man? If you said Jesus, then you got it right. Came not to be served, but to serve. Okay, now, what do you think it is to give his life as a ransom for many? What do you think that means? Well, ransom means in exchange or as payment for something. So let's go back over that. Give his life as payment for or in exchange. Now do you get it? This talks about Jesus dying on the cross for all mankind. Now, when we look at the whole thing, we see that Jesus' ultimate act of service is when he died for us on the cross in our place for payment for our sin. Wow, that's amazing, isn't it? And why do you think Jesus did this? Because he loved God and he loves us. Jesus came to serve and to help us. Our motivation for service must come from our love for God and a love for others, and our desire to be more like Jesus. In John 13, verse 2 to 5, we see that Jesus washed his disciples' feet. This is an act of service. Serving isn't something that we should dread doing, or that we should be not wanting to do. It should be something that brings us joy. As we learned today, there are ways to serve besides washing people's feet. Serving is one of the easiest spiritual disciplines that we can practice, but we have to have the right attitude about it. There are always ways to serve and help others. Another way to serve is to pray for others. Instead of only praying for our own needs, we can be servants by praying for those around us. Serving is basically about others and not ourselves. When we serve, we should strive to be more like Jesus, caring for those around us more than we care about our own needs.
Well, that's it for us today, everybody. I'm so glad that you came today and that you joined us in Children's Church. I hope that you learned something more about service this week. And I hope that some of the examples that Malachi showed gave you an idea of what it looks like to serve. Of course, there are so many other things that you could do to serve, but we just wanted to show you a few things as examples. So I look forward to some of the things that you will do to serve others. You could start in your very own home with the people that live with you. Serving is easy, but again, you have to have the right attitude. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. I do hope you all take care. Have a great week and see you next time.